Hello Degens, my name is Seb, welcome back to the channel. I'm one of the Academy officers in the Degen Ape Academy, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the eggs, and a little bit of the growth of why the price may be going a little bit crazy across the Degeniverse in general. I'm just going to give you a brain dump of information, and it's just kind of my experience or my opinion. It's not financial advice, and use it in conjunction with your own research. Jump into the Degen DAO or the Degen Ape Academy, ask questions, search for messages, read all the announcements, and go from there. But let's go and dive in. Alright, so I'm just going to run through a couple of tweets. Basically, if you've been having a look at maybe entering into getting yourself a Degen Ape, Degen Trash Panda, or one of those eggs, and you're wondering, why on earth is the floor price so high? Probably a combination of a few things. One, it's a blue chip, so it's a fantastic project. Two, in my opinion, it is undervalued. And three, it's going to be listed on Rarible very, very shortly. And Rarible, like OpenSea, is coming to Solana. So here we can see this tweet that just came out from the Degen Apes very recently. It's just saying, hey Rarible, see you in April. Details in our Discord announcements. So let's have a quick read of that then. This is from Tosi, basically saying, hey Apes, we're happy to announce that in April, the Degeniverse will be getting its own marketplace designed with and in partnership with Rarible. And it's their first venture into the Solana ecosystem. The Degen Apes, Degen Trash Pandas, and the Degen Ape Kindergarten, the eggs, they'll all be there with a fixed percentage of every sale going directly to the Degen DAO. So the more people that use it over the other marketplaces, the more money in the hands of the community. So what we're probably going to see is a huge amount of delistings from Magic Eden and Solana art. We'll have to see what all happens, of course, but it's pretty exciting. The other really cool thing is it says our marketplace will be non-custodial, as will some upcoming others, meaning your NFTs will stay in your wallet and you'll be able to list them on multiple non-custodial marketplaces simultaneously. What that basically means, just to explain like on 5, is the NFT will still be in your wallet. You can still have access to the Degen DAO. You can still do whatever you like with it. And it'll just be listed on multiple marketplaces. So if you get an offer, or if it sells on OpenSea, then it'll be removed from your wallet. Obviously, if it's an offer, you'll have to approve it. But it'll also be on Rarible, and then you get twice as many people having a look and going, oh, okay, maybe I want to buy your ape, as an example. And then the final thing is, soon after launch, we'll be adding support for people to buy all collections directly with Ethereum. So that's pretty exciting. I imagine that will just be like Solana Ethereum, as in Ethereum on the Solana network, but maybe I'm mistaken, I'm not really sure. Okay, so into the eggs. Firstly, a little bit of background information. This video is linked above if you want to have a little watch of it. This was basically before the gangbang took place, but essentially a whole lot of apes went and they were kind of put into the bathroom in the Degeniverse, but a boom boom pow pow, they all paid 0.69 Sol, or effectively all of them, other than twins, which is covered in this video, and then about 45% of the apes received an egg. Before I go any further, you may not even be familiar with the Degeniverse, in which case I'll link this as well. This is Barty's tweet, it's fantastic. This is from December last year, so there's not really an update when it comes to eggs. Maybe he's just popped on some stuff, but I doubt it. But it's pinned. So this will just give you a good overview on why people are quite bullish about the Degeniverse. There's so many different factors. These are his views, and I find them to be quite helpful, especially when new people are just asking, why should I get an ape? Why should I get a panda? And now, why should I get an egg? Okay, so why are people so bullish about these little eggs? These eggs that haven't hatched yet, they're not in their final form, we don't know when they're going to hatch, we have no idea what they're going to turn into. Well, for one reason, there are 2,500 eggs. There's 10,000 apes and 20,000 Degen Trash Pandas. So just, that fact alone, there's basically just 25% of the Degen ape supply as eggs. So they're a lot rarer. That's the first aspect. The second aspect is these were all distributed to people that actually participated in the gangbang. The number of apes that participated was 4,886 in the main gangbang. And 45% of those apes actually got this egg, as I mentioned. They ended up paying 0.69 Sol. So it was very affordable. Now, obviously, those people that didn't get an egg, that sucks for them. And I know the feeling, not all of my apes had brilliant little swimmers down there. But nevertheless, that's the reality. So this launch or distribution was basically given to people in the community that are actually a part of the community. In the recent weeks since this is all finished, some people have come into Discord saying, hey, I heard about an egg. How do I get my egg? I didn't get an egg. And they never participated in the gangbang because they just maybe bought 10 apes last year and then they just sat on them, which is completely fine. You can do that. But if you're more active, of course, you're going to be rewarded more. The same thing happens with other communities. Now, another super cool thing with the Degen eggs is basically this tweet from Monolith. And I have no special data. I'm not pretending to have any special data. I'm just following the breadcrumbs like everyone else. Basically, I have put a big focus on having a clean, more desirable set of traits in this new collection. The importance of this was something I couldn't have known when we launched. So August last year, that's when the Degen Ape Academy had launched. And Mono had spent a huge number of hours producing all of their traits before that. So exactly how many months he'd been producing the art for, I don't actually know. But after the mint, people started to decide what they actually liked and what they didn't like. So I'm pretty sure from memory, after the mint, like if it had 6 attributes, it was like really, really cool. Like everyone wanted 6 attributes because it was kind of higher. But then now we're looking at people liking really clean apes, like a naked ape, or maybe an ape with just a hat on. Some people don't like food in the mouth. Like my ape has food in the mouth, a banana, which is cool. I love bananas. But maybe I would have preferred it with just drool. I don't really know. That's the sort of thing that people are kind of thinking about now. There's not a huge amount of love for dress apes, as an example. Or maybe with the aubergine, the eggplant in the mouth. Maybe not everyone wants the connotation of what that is in their mouth. I'm not sure. But either way, the reality is now Mono's changed his system. He's changed his traits to make it more cleaner and maybe to appeal to more people. We have no idea what that's going to look like. Okay, so as we move along here, we can see the occasional screenshot from people that have had something to do with OpenSea coming to Solana. So that's another big reason why NFTs in general on Solana are getting a little bit of hype. Then there's also collectors that are actually trying to collect these sort of things. So as an example, Blockchain Chad, this guy has a Degen Acid Ape, a very clean Acid Degen Trash Panda, and a Degen Egg. Now this collection alone would be worth, huge amount of soul, huge amount. But there are people moving in and just collecting these things, and some of them will just hold it forever, and some might be trying to flip, but that's where a little bit of that demand is coming. The other thing to keep in mind is that Mono hasn't finished with his plan for world domination. He's still out there rendering cool freaking things. He has said that this will be the last profile picture collection in some time, which leads me to think that, I don't know, maybe we're going to get 3D rendered apes airdropped to our apes in the future, or maybe they will be entangled. I don't know. I'm literally just speculating like the rest of the community. This is one of the cool renderings that the Degen Ape Academy has put out. The albino ape getting his groove on with his vipers. Okay, so let's kind of move into Magic Eden. On the left-hand side, you can click on stats yourself, and you can have a look at the collections breakdown in terms of demand. You can go 1 day, 7 days, or 30 days, and you can see what is hot right now. So DeGods has been on a crazy tear. They've got like a utility factor where you can stake, earn dust, and use dust for like raffles or auctions in their own kind of community. Then we've got the Degen Ape Academy where the floor has just gone from like 52 to about 78 to 80 in about 11 days. So there's that. Degen Apes. And then we come down the Degenerate Ape Kindergarten. When these were first listed, I got another one at 21 Sol. And now it's 48 Sol. Then we've got the Degenerate Trash Pandas. And it says it's at 5 Sol. I don't think it's that cheap. I think this just hasn't updated. But there's a lot of demand pumping into Mono's collections. Now, I'm not going to pretend it's just all Mono. There are other collections doing really, really well as well, of course. Okay, so here are some apes. The floor price is around 78 Sol. The total number listed is 337. There'll be some at Solana as well, and maybe a couple on Solport. The TLDR is there aren't a lot of listed apes. Then we have the Degen Trash Pandas. The floor price is 7.4 Sol, and there's 666 listed, and then there'll be some on Solana as well. But the floor price for the Degen Trash Pandas basically went from about 2 Sol a couple of days ago to 7.4 Sol. So that's pretty epic. And now we've got the eggs. So the Degenerate Ape Kindergarten. The advice I'm going to give here is just my opinion. I have no idea how to actually pick a good egg, but I'll just kind of break down the eggs so you're familiar with what they are. So we can see the floor price, easy peasy. Total volume is pretty nuts at 22,000 Sol, and the average sale price is 54 Sol. So a couple of things to know. Firstly, there's kind of like, it's one collection, but there's two different variations. There's the inbred eggs. I'll just find some of those. So these are the inbred eggs. You can see they're all kind of warty and funny looking. Inbred, 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 inbred. This is where the twins did boom boom pow pow with the other twins, and only the twins, and they were rewarded with this egg, which the twins got for free. So these inbred eggs, I can't exactly remember what they were going for initially. I think around 70 Sol, and now the floor price is over 100 Sol. So there's hot demand there. There's also rarity, which relates to the eggs as well as your apes. So as an example, if I had a twin and if it had red fur, I would most likely get a red degen egg. Same thing if I had a leopard ape, you'd most likely get a leopard print egg. Then you have albino. This is the ice one, so ice is super, super rare. This is black over here, purple. This is another ice. And then there's also acid eggs as well. I'm just having a quick look and I don't see any acid eggs actually for sale. But just as a reminder on what they look like, this is what the acid egg looks like. It is sick. Now this is a breakdown of the egg distribution of the Degenerate kindergarten. I don't know who did this, so I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm assuming it's pretty accurate, if not completely accurate. So basically the most common one is green, which is my egg. Then we've got brown, red, blue, purple. Black is rarer, then albino, leopard, and then you can see the inbred colors. So inbred purple, green, red, blue, brown, and then the ice normal egg is rarer than all of these inbred eggs. Then we have the black inbred, albino, a zombie egg, I've seen a couple of those around, gold, acid trip, and then ice inbred. So that's basically the distribution. Now I've come back down to earth and I'm just having a look at the floor eggs. I'll be completely honest. These are, expensive enough. We're looking at like $5,000 at this stage or thereabouts. So how would you pick one of these eggs? Well, it's going to hatch into something. And people ask, when will it hatch? We don't know. It could be in a couple of days, could be in a couple of weeks, could be in a couple of months. General consensus of the community tends to think it'll be sometime in April, which I think would make sense, but I'm not going to add my own kind of take on that. That's just the general consensus in the community. Now, if we have a look at one of these eggs, you might think, well, which one should I get? Now, I have no clue. I've seen people get eggs different ways. They go for a rarer fur, like a rarer eggshell, or they've gone for maybe something that looks really cool for them. So some people might go, oh, I love how that looks. It just looks so kooky. Now it's going to hatch into something, but exactly what we don't know. But then the other option is they've looked for something which they deem cleaner. So as an example, let's say we click on this egg here, and then we can see all of the attributes. We're not worrying about the sequence because the sequence is just the egg number, the generation 1, that's normal, regular as opposed to inbred, so that's normal. But it's more with the eyes, the egg color, the mouth, and the nose. So sometimes people are trying to get them all to be one particular version. So V1, 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 this is obviously V2. So this might be deemed quite a clean egg, except for this is version 2. Maybe other people are trying to get all version 2s. So you can do that and search yourself if you want, but it's a little bit hard. So you just come down to this filter, go to egg color. We won't worry about egg color. We'll just go for the eyes. We'll go with, say, version 4. That seems more common there. Nose, we'll go version 4. Okay, I could go to mouth and add version 4, but I'm not sure if we're going to get any results. Okay, we do. If we had a whole lot of Sol and we wanted what we could potentially deem was an actual clean egg, and we have no idea, this is speculation only, then you can see we've got version 4, and version 4. So that's a little bit of information. Of course, you can use this as well. Maybe you're just happy to go green, brown, red, blue. I personally am entirely happy to do that, but I do not have big bags. Anyway, I hope some of that brain dump has helped you out with your own research. Exactly what prices to buy at, I have no idea. You're going to have to work that out yourself, of course. But this is all the information that I have in my head, so I hope it's been helpful. And pop into the Discord for the Degen Apes or the Degen DAO if you have any questions. Good luck. Thanks again. Cheers.